Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, be it in the car, be it outside, wherever, whatever. My name is Bongi Tletnus, and you are with us, Leave Not TV in Diaspora. I have beautiful ladies right here, and we are going to be talking about fashion in whatever way, however. We are not going to be all special or however, but then as long as you know that you have a way of dressing up, we are going to now talk about such, and we are not restricting a person to talk about fashion in their own way. So I have two ladies. I have Angel and I have Trish. They are going to now be talking about their ways of fashion. What do they think about fashion and how do they dress up and what do they think, in terms of fashion? Because other people can say anything. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you for asking. And how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain. I just want us to talk about this fashion issue. So I want to
Yeah.
start with you, Angel. I remember you were saying something earlier before we glitched. Uh, what do you think about fashion, and then how are you actually seeing fashion or taking it in your way, like when you have to dress up or go somewhere or whatever?
Okay. Well, fashion is a way of expression, according to me.
Yeah.
And people expresses themselves differently. That's why some people would wear a certain way, but it's not really their character. But because on that day they woke up in a different mood and they decided to wear something that goes with their mood on that day, whether it's a color, it's a pattern of a dress or jeans, or how ripped they are, how crazy they are. It's just, I feel like it's a way of expression, and people expresses themselves through the way that they dress.
Oh yeah, it's so true. When you're saying that, I remember when I was at university, people used to ask me, "Why do you dress a certain ways?" There are days where you dress darker. There are days you
Yeah,
dress. So they were able to see my mood from my clothes because I used to wear
absolutely.
according to the mood. When I
Yeah,
wake up, I feel weird. I feel off. I'm gonna wear a bit darker. When
yeah,
I feel like I'm happy and bubbly, they see with my bright clothes. Those years we used to call it color blocking. I would
yeah,
wear color blocking. I would wear like bright, 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 bright in a way that is so even weird for people. And when it's weird for you, you must know that me, I'm so happy. I'm so happy on the day. So I used to wear color blocking back in the years. And
yeah.
when I'm wearing color blocking, I'm happy, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm making jokes all day. So people started now realizing that, you know what, we now can know and we now can see when you are not okay. We can tell when something is wrong. But before, I think it was just being naive because I was a child then. I was still, like young. So obviously, it was just how I felt that if I feel this way, I'm gonna show with my clothes because I speak with clothes, me, normally, even now. I speak with outfits. Like if I'm wearing a certain way, you must know that the occasion must be highly. If I'm wearing a certain way again, you must know because of that occasion. That's why I'm wearing that way. So when you talk about moods, you're talking about me then though, because now I'm grown. I'm a big woman. I'm no longer doing that. Wearing according to the moods. It's not on because people will know my problems. So obviously, I can't do that anymore. So I understand. So Trish, what are you saying on your side about you?
Hi everybody. My name is Trish Wabararo, Sound of Worship, Botswana. It's so good to be here again.
Okay.
Uh, Personally, for me, fashion is all about image and how you present yourself to people and what you want to, like you've been saying, what you want and how you want people to see you. And most importantly for me, fashion is also about also being comfortable in who you are, in how you dress. I dress to be comfortable. I dress to represent my myself, my image, and what I stand for. So I think basically it's all about your image. How do you want people to see you? What are you trying to tell people about yourself? So yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. It's also so true when you say that. I remember there was this other lady that I once interviewed in the other show that I used to do. She said she was one of the ladies that we were interviewing that time in our panel. So she said she's a fashion designer, fashion designer. she also mentioned that sometimes fashion can be image, but then again, fashion can be about you personally as a person, your character. It can actually be about your character, the way you are, as also Angel said that sometimes when you are looking a certain way, it's because of how you are, like how you want to portray yourself. So I do get it as you are talking about image, you Trish, because that's actually how other people do. And then with me now, if I were to talk about myself now, well, even then anyway, like here and there, I used to do that. I would have this thing of I never liked, even now actually, I never liked wearing what other people are wearing. I could be looking fashionable as other people are saying, but then me, I love to be myself. I don't like wearing what it's everywhere and all over. But then when I appear, look here, when I appear, you'd understand. Even though I'm not wearing what is trending, even if I'm not wearing what is trending, but definitely I come in and I cover you all. So it is also about you as a person. For me, I'm a person who picks anything into my wardrobe that will suit me on the day for that time. Not me looking into the trends. I'm not following the trends. I believe you me, even now, I don't like following the trends. But then I can enter the people that are following the trends and cover them all. Look here. So I don't know about you, Angel. What can you say? Because I'm seeing you nodding. I'm seeing you nodding. And I'm thinking probably you have something to say. Look here, I'm not a trend person. I don't trend. I don't wear according to trends. I don't wear according to color of the season. But look here, when I picked whatever in my wardrobe, I appear and I show up and I show off. And it will be clear. So I don't know about you.
No, I was noting because I was agreeing with what you just said. I also don't like wearing what people wear.
Yeah, I don't.
Like I don't want to show up and look like for other people. Like it can completely kill my mood. So that's why I have literally a stylist in most of the towns that I work in, because with them, they just design something specifically for you, right?
Yeah.
And if I go to buy something, I get so stressed that what if somebody's gonna come wearing the same thing,
Especially when you're going somewhere, right? Especially when you're going somewhere, make sure I don't want to look like anyone.
Yeah. So I always like cross my fingers and hope that nobody's gonna show up the same way. But there is that little bit of anxiety before I arrive where I'm supposed to go. So yeah.
Yeah, with me, hence I'm a fashion designer myself. I don't like to look like people, and I love imagining something when I have to wear. I don't want to imagine something like my brain can't be like the other person's brain, obviously. So I make sure that I do me. I do me at all times, and I also love designing. I love wearing my own thing. Hence, I have my own brand as well. So I don't know about you, Trish. What do you think?
I think the other thing also that fashion is about is it goes with seasons and personalities. I think I think the three of us have the same thing. I actually don't like wearing stuff that people wear as well, but it comes again with your personalities and insecurities and the season that you're in. For instance, I was in a season where in the old office that I was going through a lot. So you would never catch me without makeup. You would never catch me without makeup, without nails, without lashes on, without I was every day without fail, like that. Then when I shifted offices, then I noticed that, oh, actually I'm more comfortable now going to the office even without makeup. I literally get in the shower, finish, do what I do, apply a little lotion on my face, walk out and go to the office and still feel confident and still feel enough and still feel beautiful. Then I noticed that um it's because of the seasons and the places that I was in. And the other place, I was going through so much that I knew that if I walk in without makeup, it is going to show that I'm going through. So I used makeup and looking good and everything as some sort of a cover up for you not to pick. So you're gonna meet me and then you think I'm okay, but I'm not. So in the places that where I felt I'm okay, I'm in a good mental space. I'm in an okay, I'm okay generally. Then I was able to be confident enough to walk into any place. I don't think before then I would have even been able to appear here looking like
Okay.
this. Because
Okay.
then it creates insecurity that you are, it
Right.
creates insecurity. You become more self-conscious because of the issues that you're going through. So
Yeah.
some even the dressing up, I personally had to sit down and say, okay, I don't like wearing what everybody else is wearing. Is it because I'm insecure in being outshined, or is it because personally I just like dressing nice? You know, like naturally you would walk in not even dress nice and you'll still stand out because it's your personality, it's your
Yeah. Yeah.
identity.
Yeah.
Ah, and then you, because of certain issues and aspects in your life that you need to cover up, sometimes we use fashion to hide behind our issues, to hide behind certain
The
things,
problem. Yeah.
yeah. And that's why I'm saying for me, before then, makeup, I used it. I love makeup. I love makeup. I love makeup. But it came to a point where I didn't even realize at that point that I was actually hiding behind it, until I was in a better space. Then I'm like, oh, okay.
It makes sense what you say. You know why? Because it makes a lot of sense. Because me even now, when I'm hurt, I wanna go do shopping. I wanna dress
Yeah,
up. I wanna put my makeup every time when I'm stressed. When there's a trouble happening around my life, definitely that trouble I'm gonna take it on my clothing, on my dressing up, on my makeup. I will wear makeup 24/7 every day, every time. Even at night, I will delay to wipe it off. You must know I'm
I
stressed because I want
know.
because I want to look at myself in the mirror many times and feel like, Sprinkle, you are okay, you are fine, you are beautiful, you're okay.
Uh,
So I'm that person, Trish. I know very well what you mean. Me, when I'm stressed, I wanna go do my nails. I wanna go now, get out. Even if I did them 2 weeks ago, I wanna get out and tell them, take them out, take them. I want another color. I want another
so
color.
now,
I and when even the hair, when I'm stressed, I change it. I feel like it makes me look ugly, more ugly because I'm stressed. So I
uh,
change the color. I change the color of my hair, and I change my hairstyle, and I dress up every day. Like I would bath maybe 3 times a day if I have to, because I want
Yeah.
I want to take it out, to take it out. So my anger, if I were to say, maybe someone out there is like me, I don't know. But I'm just talking about myself. But I know like somehow with people will be similar somehow. Maybe someone is also like me and out there and just saying, "Oh, I thought I'm the only one." Let me tell you something. Me, when I'm stressed, but I'm not saying point my stresses out of my looking good, Angel. I'm just saying,
but then, Maggie, at the same time, we can't look like our stress. You know what I mean? Like we can't
Yeah.
look like what we are going through. So whatever it takes for you to for it to sustain you to go through that, as long as you don't lose yourself in that along the way, then it's
yeah,
okay. You
no,
can use that food,
no.
dress where you wanna dress, put makeup, whatever it is, color your hair, for as long as it can take you through that season, and then you still don't lose
Yeah,
yourself in that.
exactly.
Because I think the
Because
problem,
Yeah, because with me, it makes me stronger, Trish. It makes me stronger. When I'm stressed, I be strong with my image. The way I look, the way I dress up, the way I change my hairstyle, I feel strong. And I'm able to also pass through the problem, the stress. Like, I
yeah,
forget it. I forget it. And actually, it resolves itself later. Eventually, I find myself being out in the light again, and I'm all good, and it's over. But then I
yeah,
believe if maybe I had actually held on to that stress and not dress up and not look good, I was gonna focus and dwell on it. And now it was not gonna be solved. I mean, so I believe maybe somehow it's a gift that God that gave me, or maybe God actually, like, I don't know, He's helping me if it's Him. But definitely that it works for me. Angel, 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 what do you think?
No, I'm just listening to what you
We'll
ladies
go
are
to
saying.
the shop break. We'll go to the shop break after you spoke. Yeah, let's go
Oh,
to shop.
yeah. Not a problem. I'm saying that
Yeah.
I was just listening to what.
Clevenard in Diaspora Television is an internet online TV service. What sets us apart is a unique combination of hit African content, first and exclusive international free movies, series, musics, news, events, documentaries, tourism, teleshopping shows, youth TV programs, and live interviews. Clevenard Diaspora Television is available throughout sub-Saharan Africa and to the diaspora markets worldwide. Take your entertainment with you wherever you go. Watch on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, smart TV, depending on your device. Watch free movies with Clevenard Movies Television. Stop searching for free movies websites and watch Clevenard Movies Television. Watch your favorite African shows anywhere at any time. Don't forget to check out our top 5 TV channels created to get you informed. TV1, Clevenard in Diaspora Television. TV2, Clevenard Youth Television. TV3, Clevenard Movies Television. TV4, Clevenard Teleshopping Television. TV5, Clevenard Tourism Television. To start watching, sign up at www.clevenard.com and follow the easy steps. Once you're done, log into the Clevenard website or app on your device, click on any one of our 5 TV channels, and hit play. We will be very satisfied and happy to welcome you to our team as one of our new business partners. Contact info@clevenard.com +34 631 279811. Website www.clevenard.com.
Right.
Wow, we are back. It's so nice even in the backstage. I'm telling you, we are talking about a lot of things about fashion. It's all fashion and it's all fun. And I like the way we're getting into it and the way we're digging in. But definitely, we just want to be transparent, want to be honest, because there might be someone out there who's actually like that. Or, who might say, I didn't know I'm not abnormal. Because maybe a person thinking I'm abnormal. Am I abnormal when I love to dress up when I'm hurt? So let's just hear from Angel. Angel, what do you think about everything that we said?
Okay, I just wanted to say that I agree with you ladies, because we hide behind so many things, just so that people don't see what we are really going through. Especially like we started the conversation in saying that fashion allows you, or the way you dress allows you to present yourself in different ways, So I agree with you guys, and I just wanted to pull you guys a little bit. Actually, Trish, it's actually a good thing that you came on air looking like that, because we're talking. You know why? Because we are touching all points, and we are talking about we literally being naked, and telling people that. I hope that people are going to find healing in what we're doing, and people are going to say, actually, I sort of understand what is it that I've been going through, and I need to deal with certain things. That's why, I hope this will get to that level.
Help people. Even me, I'm hoping that people, because even Trish explained that before she would always be on makeup until she understood that it's not always that you will look this way. Sometimes you have to look a certain way because of the environment you're in, because it's not always that you find people on their makeup and you will be there alone standing out, but you can still stand out even if you're not on your makeup. You should understand that. Even me, as I'm talking like this, I do. I mean, especially when I'm going to the shops around, I would always not on my makeup, like most of the time, especially when I'm just chilled at home. So it has to be about how and where and what's happening. Because even the meetings, like some of the meetings, I'll just go without my makeup. It will just depend on what kind of meeting is that, especially if I'm going to be with some people, in the media industry, who just wears tracksuits sometimes. So sometimes I would just go to a meeting wearing tracksuits and not even with my makeup on. So it just depends as a person, and you personally, how do you feel about wearing a certain way? Because some people, they would just be everywhere with makeup, like everywhere, like literally even when you wake up, you can't be seen naked, like no
That's
makeup.
true. That's
I know
true.
certain people. I know certain people. Seriously, I know certain people who would not at all get out of a house without makeup.
That's true.
And then I know certain people who can't be seen in tracksuits.
Yeah.
I know people who can be seen in shorts. They can only be in shorts in the house, in their homes, not out there.
And then there's some that we equate what we wear to our identity. For instance, there's some that says, I don't wear anything else but couture. I don't wear anything else from the Chinese shops. I don't wear
Yes.
other hair except it's a 25-inch, 30-inch Brazilian or
Yes,
Peruvian,
exactly.
whatever, you know. And then all these things, everybody has a choice to choose. This is how I want to present myself. But I think the takeoff here is narrow it down to you, to your self-identity as a person, and look at yourself. This
Exactly.
is Trish. Do I feel that I am enough in my own skin?
Yeah.
Do I feel that I am good enough and beautiful enough without any fashion enhancement? Do I think a 3,000 rand suit or jacket or dress would make me feel better about myself than I'm naked and being myself? So at the end of the day, like we were saying, fashion is good, but it becomes harmful when we are using it as a weapon against ourselves. Because believe you me, nobody else is interested in how Bongi looks when she walks in. All we want is Bongi to come. How
Yes.
times is not actually what we are focusing on or what we want. So now, if I have a self-distorted image of myself, I'm constantly going to want to outshine Bongi.
You want to prove a point, yeah.
Or outshine Angel. I have to make sure that I even come late so that everybody else sees me, you know, and how I'm dressed.
Look here.
These are the things that we are going through, and it's
Yes, God.
because in our generation and in the season that we are in, we have a lot of social media influence, social media pressure, you know, where you go on Instagram, everybody else is dressed to the nines and to the T's. And when you are not there yet, do you still feel you're good enough to step into places?
Wow. And as you're talking like this, Trish, I am really, really getting you. And I'm coming to a point of people who wear clothes, who wear what is this? Is it the label clothes, right? Because you are actually bringing me there, because there are those people who wear labels, Gucci's, and your what? Let me not talk about labels anyway. Let me not mention the names of the labels. The people who wear those, you know them, those highly ones, those ones that make people feel good, and when they're having certain problems, and when they know very well they're not really feeling good, when they are having certain issues in their lives, but then they still wanna what can I say? Identify. Want to identify themselves through label clothing. I've had that in the past where friends, they are thinking that when they are wearing labels, that's when they'll be seen and recognized. And I've had friends in the past where when I'm with them, me, I'm not a label person. I've had friends where when I'm with them, when I'm with them with the Gucci's, I'm working with my Mr. Price clothing or Woolworths, and then the cute guy will approach me, not them. And then it becomes a problem because now they are wondering with cheap clothes, what are the guys seeing in her? Forgetting.
Can I just say something there? Can I just say something?
There's
nothing wrong with wearing labels. And sometimes people don't wear it because they want to be recognized. It's because I can afford it, you know? It's because the person can afford it and they feel that they are okay with wearing it. And I just wanted to...
But are those, Angel, let me tell you the truth. There are those that think that when they're wearing that, that's when they'll be seen. That's when they'll be recognized. And then that's when they will be given integrity. They'll be given honor. And it's not about that. It's not about that. For me, I feel like it's not about that because I've proved it myself. I've proven myself where I would walk with friends. They'll be wearing Nikes because me, I didn't grow up well off. I really, if I were to mention where I come from, my background, look here, I grew up literally poor, if I have to say poor. Me, I would wear my Mr. Price outfits. I would wear my China clothes. My mother would just buy me a cheap nyana skirt, a cheap nyana pants, and I would have those friends because I've always had that. I've been fortunate to have friends that are rich, like that are well off. I don't know why. Maybe it's my blood. I don't know. So I will be working with them. I'm working with them with their labels. We will go somewhere fun, and when we get there, they are not being looked at. Me who's wearing, so that actually made me not to have friends anymore because I saw it becomes a problem. I'm not wearing Gucci's, you undermine me as my friend. But then when you look at the cool guy doesn't want to be one spongile, wants me bonky. And then what do you say about such people who think that clothes or labels identify them or labels make them look honorable or recognized? What are you thinking, Trish? What can you say? But then I want you to say something, Angel, because I know you wanted to explain about labels. Maybe you wear them, that's why. But then I was not actually talking because I'm against them. I'm just telling you people's mentalities with them or about them when they have them. Because I've had friends. I'm talking from my experience.
Yeah, and I hear I do agree with you, Angel, to say that there's nothing wrong with labels. We all agree that there's nothing wrong with labels. But I always say, what are you trying to feel when in your spirit, in your soul, when you attach your worth and your identity to labels? You know what I mean? Because I've seen a trend recently on Instagram where this influencer goes off about you are the queen of Chinatown, what, you are this and you are that, and we are trashing each other depending on a piece of cloth which doesn't add anything. At the end of the day, if I'm wearing Gucci or whatever, sorry to mention names, if I'm wearing whatever it is that's expensive that I'm wearing, is it filling my soul? Because at the end of the day, it's about you being a soul and being whole and being healthy, being in a right place of mind, being in the right space. So when you see yourself battling with identifying yourself with the car that you drive, with the everything that you drive, with the house that you live in, we need to sit down, and you need to sit down and ask yourself, what exactly am I trying to feed that's not satisfied, that's not whole in me with this fashion and with this materialistic things? Of course, we expect certain people at a certain level, you said it earlier on, when you're going to certain meetings and everything, I can't walk in like this. It goes to the reputation of the place or the meeting or the agenda that
the caliber. Exactly.
But before we can get to branding and all those things and everything, it's an individual thing.
A person. Yes.
What are you trying to feel in? What are you trying to satisfy in you
when you in your heart? Yeah.
Maybe nothing.
What is it all about?
That way. Maybe nothing. I just want to dress that way.
Yeah, no, people are not the same. You know what? Let me tell you something. Let me verify this. Let me fix this one with Angel for Angel to understand. There are certain people who are buying things because they just love them. There are certain people who just buy things, even if it's a label, but doesn't mean you bought it because you wanted to identify yourself a certain way as Angel. There are people like that. I do understand, because I know there's certain people who just buy it because I saw it in the shop, it's beautiful, it just appeared to be a brand, but then I just liked it. Even me as I am, like I love sneakers. So I would buy maybe if I were to mention Nike, or let me not mention such, but then that one that I would wear, that is a label. Not that when I'm wearing it now, you must look at me and say, she is wearing a what? Really? Me, I'm wearing it as a material, a cloth, something, shoes. I'm wearing it because they're shoes. Not that I'm wearing them because I'm entering somewhere and I'm saying, look at me. check me out. I'm wearing this is a shoe that I happen to love, but now unfortunately it's a brand. Or it just happened to be a brand. Let me not say brands are bad, but I'm not even actually been saying that brands are bad. I'm saying sometimes you buy something because you felt like you love it. You felt like, you just liked it. It just happened to be a brand. Because I've had a few as well in my house here, like my clothing that I bought that happened to be brands, but then not that I'm into them. I saw it at the shop and then I just kind of liked it. Not really, I want people to look at me and say, oh, wow, she wears brands, so she's got money. Don't get me wrong. So I know the line that you are hidden to, you, Angel. You're trying to say, but then I could just almost buy it. Yes, even me, I have those where I will say, no, it happened to be a brand, but I remember I have a boot that I normally wear like winter. It's a certain label and a very high label with a very, very expensive. I bought it abroad, a very, very expensive. When I'm wearing that boot, people will be like, there will be attention. But I'm saying to them, guys, it's not that was not my intention to buy it because I bought it because it's nice. But then some people will find you like not being realistic. But I'm saying, but then me, that's just who I am. That's just who I am. I just buy something when it's nice, but because it's nice. But then if you are going to recognize that it's what, it's your problem. Because me, I didn't buy it, because of that. So I get you, Angel, if you're going to want to defend that, because I'm also like that. I don't buy something because it's everywhere, because I don't like to buy things that are everywhere anyway. If it's everywhere or if it's a label that is known, I happen to love it. So yeah, so you can say more, Angel. Let me not talk too much, because just that now we're talking something that is actually very, very, very like too much. When it comes to fashion, guys, I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but then when it comes to fashion, I will tell you a lot because I know I come a long way with it. I come a long way with it where I know. That's why I love this topic. But then, Angel, you can say anything else that you think you can say just about fashion. It doesn't matter, even if you can talk about even fashion in terms of cars, because we're talking about fashion, right? It's not even only clothing, even in terms of cars, because there are people who actually can have lots of cars, like powerful your car. What is this? What are these cars? The German / sports cars, and they don't care about clothing, but their fashion it's cars. That's where they feel good when they have that. So anything, someone else could be about the interior of the house. So we can just talk about anything right now, but let's go to a short break and come back. But we can basically talk about anything. But then just now it happened that the cloth, it's me. I'm telling you, I can tell you a lot because I know how people think about clothes. They want clothes to make them. The clothes can't make you. Can't make you. Still yourself. You still Angel. You still Trish. You can't go around being identified through what you wear or being recognized because you are a fashionista or you're a person who always dress up and look good. Me, I look good every time. And I know some people would be thinking that like when they hear my name, they're thinking of how I wear because now my name popped out. It's not about that. It's just who I am. This is me. Hence, I'm not even wearing labels, or I don't wear labels. I just like to be myself. But then if I happen to like a label, as I said, at the shop, I will grab it because of the design, as I'm a designer. Because of the design, then I will grab it. So right now, let's just go to the short break. We'll be coming back, maybe talking more even in the interior and cars. But let's go to a short break. We'll be right back.
Hello there. Looking for an African movie? Search no further. Clevenard African Movies TV is here for you. We are dedicated to the acceleration of African films, TV series, documentaries, and lots more. Explore our movies at home or on the go. Clevenard Movies is free to watch on Clevenard.com. Don't miss this opportunity. Hurry now. Sign up and subscribe today. Hello there.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are still here at Cleave Nard TV Diaspora, and my name is Bongi Tletnes. This is Feel Let's Talk, but then we're talking fashion today, fashion issues. I just want these ladies to talk more because, like, it's like I'm going on, and I'm not allowing them to speak. And I know, especially Angel. Angel wants to say a lot. Angel wants to say a lot. It's just that now it happened. This topic happened to be that one that is actually, taking me home. So yeah, Angel, can you just tell us anything that you're thinking? Because it's not personal. It's not really personal here. We just want to talk and stretch into whatever that we're thinking in terms of fashion. So thank you very much. You can talk, and we are back. Okay, we're back from break.
Yeah, we are back from a break, guys. So immediately when you invited me into this interview, I thought, what are we going to talk about? Mostly, what are the trends? What am I seeing around? Like, in preparation for this, I think I opened my eyes a lot, and seeing that a lot of people are now into bright colors. You see a lot of people wearing a lot of orange, a lot of the Barbie pink, that bright pink.
It's not here.
And now we even though the weather is the way it is, we in a sort of a season where people are wearing see-through clothes, These are I think these kind of trends are gonna jump into next year as well. And we see the baggy jeans as well. They are back. I think
they are. They call them boyfriend jeans or something like that. Boyfriend,
okay. They are back, and now they have sequences. They have different kind of designs. They have different patterns, which is something that I'm loving. And I know I have a few of those kind of jeans back at my mom's house, and I was like, is this the time to take them out again? Are they gonna fit? That's another thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were just thinking about what is actually coming now, like what we have around now.
Yes, and what's happening now, especially these youngsters, you see them wearing, like, they are up to stand, like they know.
The teenagers, teenagers. When you talk about the young ones, talking about the teenagers, I'm seeing even the crop tops now are back, like hard now. They're not cropping, and they also are now wearing colorful clothes. And what I like about, again, the fashion now, the skirt can still work, the dress can still work. Before, when we talk about fashion, I like the way things have changed, because before, when we talk about fashion, as women, we're not much into dresses. To tell the truth, back in the years, dresses were never something that can be seen as fashion. But now things have changed. A person can rock up a dress and look so excellent in a very great event, and it's okay. But before, it was like all about pants. It was like when you're wearing a suit, pants, or like some cute pants and shorts, and with maybe a top matching, you were like all cool. But then when you were wearing a dress, it used to be a problem. It used to look like you are like, man, was short, so there's something missing. So I like the fact that trends are changing. They are turning into something so beautiful. You can wear anything, you can rock up anything and look fashionable and still look stylish. So Trish, I don't know about you, what you wanted to say about the now, what's happening now?
In Botswana, yes, tell us.
Especially in Botswana. Yeah, in Botswana, what's going on? Just Botswana.
I think I like the fact that Angel raised up the issue of trends, and stuff like that. And this is what I was thinking, that in as much as, when you're talking about trends and stuff like that, they are more shown in the media, in the social media platforms, on who's wearing what and who's wearing where. And one of the things that I always say be careful of is, I said it before, the pressure of social media, because when you look at especially Instagram is a platform where you create a certain image, where you present your image. Who are you as Angel? And what do you stand for? There's an element of image that is being presented in Instagram, mostly because Instagram is more infused with influencers.
Yeah.
So now is where they come earlier on. We spoke about labels and everything and all that. They come to represent someone, because they are that particular brand. You know what I mean? And then to a lay person who comes from, I'm not trying to trash it or anything, but just an example, who comes from Facebook. Facebook is more content, it's more of your products and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where we create more content, where feasible content more than the image that is being portrayed in Instagram. So the two can be contrary, and the two can actually put a person in a very tricky situation where you are now, let's say your insecurities have been inclined to how you want to present yourself and how you want people to see you. You want to see people. You want people to see you with the latest Christian Dior or whatever it is that's going on. But then you forget that actually when Angel was on Christian Dior and presenting that, it was a paid thingy, partnership and stuff. You know what I mean? Now it puts me personally under pressure because I like Angel. She's my role model, and I saw her with. And then we forget when it comes to trends. These people most of the time are paid to advertise these brands. So as for you personally, we can appreciate the brand and actually say, okay, I like this fashion. I like the fact that Bongi said that she's a designer. You get inspiration from what they are portraying instead of being duty bound to have a certain, label because you want to be seen to be on trend.
Yeah. I'm thinking now. Me. When you talk about social media, as I am who I am, and everywhere I go, people will be like, "Wow," with my clothing and everything. But I don't post. I don't post on social on my Instagram much. I'm not a person to show off a lot. But I love looking good. I love looking good, but you're not going to see me mostly. Okay.
I want to cut you short. It could be that you don't post because you are not in the influencers. You're not.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to explain. That's what I wanted to explain because that's what I wanted to say. That when you talk about posting, we're not the same as people. Where like some of people always say, but why don't you like to pose when you're always dressing up, when you're always looking so good? It's that part again of saying we are not the same. So when people are posting, they are not aware, yes, that they're probably representing a brand and they are selling a brand that is not even paying them or anything. They are just doing it because now they want to look good, and they just they are who they are because they love what they love, which is a brand and labels, and they want to show off. So we have to also remember that as other people, when they post because they love what they do. They love showing off. They love people to see what they are on today. Like today, this is how I'm looking like. I mean, hence this whole social media thing, it came because of such, because they knew that people would be doing such, where now they want to show people what they're wearing today. They want to show people that like how they look now or whatever. But then they are not even aware, as you were saying, they are even selling. They're not even aware that they are selling the brand. It's okay. So hence I was not talking. Okay.
That's true. I'm sorry to cut you off. That's true.
No
For some of us, it's part of the work that we do. I mean, you send a profile, and then the first thing that the person that's going to give you, whether an MC gig or a role that you're going to play, they've got your social media. If it's empty, it's dodgy. It's like it means
you profiling yourself. Yeah,
that's true. So I just wanted
that's
to
the thing. That's why I was trying to say that some people are doing it in terms of certain reasons, like you feel that me, as much as I'm a motivational speaker, I'm also MC myself in some other events, but I don't post. I don't know, somehow people, they just find me because I talk too much when I'm in events. They start saying, oh, this lady, this one. Probably that's how I'm gotten. But then I don't sell myself. I don't want to lie. I don't say, maybe Cliff Nard is going to sell me a lot now, because even when I was in Soweto TV, it sold me. Maybe those will be the things that I'm selling myself from, that I can't sell myself on social media. Unfortunately, I don't know how to. Because when I'm home and I'm looking all no makeup, no what, and I'm fine, I'm chilled. It's tomorrow again. So it's all about like who you are. How do you want to brand yourself, and how do you want to profile yourself?
Yeah, and I was thinking, Bongi, when you're saying that, I think it goes to a level where you are this individual person and you know that you're a brand and that you know that you are selling your name. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
what's doing. So
Yeah.
it comes like for instance, if you go through my social media, when I go out to events and you have engaged me on an event, I have to represent the brands that I'm bringing to you
Yeah, yeah.
as well. Now there's a level where now you get to as Bongi and say, okay, I've been doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I need to profile myself and brand myself and present and package myself enough so that when somebody comes and says, I want to work with you, they can tell from your profile the
Yes,
brand that you are building
That's
and where
it.
they want to take you. So now it moves from being an individual, identity to the brand that you're selling and the brand that you're profiling and presenting to people so that people can buy into that. If
thank
I
you.
engage Angel on anything, the first thing that I do is to want to know, can her brand and her name work for me? So
Yeah.
I go to her social media because that's what's trending at this point. You
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
but it always boils back to us being on those platforms and being the influencers in the level that we are, that we try by all means not to sell a life that says this is the life, so that people are able to differentiate. This is Trish the individual and this is Trish Waboraru the brand, and those are two
yeah, true.
different
So
entities
true.
that need to be presented well so that there's no confusion, because
Yeah,
I, we will be lying not to admit that social media is influencing our young people,
it
and a lot of
does.
people today have a lot of insecurities, depression, and everything because they feel like their life is not matching up to the influencers that they're seeing on social media. And that thing needs to be dealt with for them to understand, listen, I am a brand. I am an MC. I am this. I am that. When you
Yes.
see posting what I'm posting, I'm not
Yes.
posting because I'm an individual and I want to show off. I am
Yes.
doing this because this is my business. This is my
I'm
CV.
working. Yes.
Thank you.
Best me. Somebody does my makeup. There's a camera
Yes,
person that's following me around. It's not
yes,
based before you can see the photo on Instagram.
Yes, yes.
yes.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. Because the important thing is how you brand yourself. As you said, you Trish. Even me, I believe in that because me, I don't post much, but then when I'm at the events, I make sure that I make a mark. And that mark for me to be enough. For someone to say no one day when they have event and say no, I remember Spongile, I remember she said, or Bongi, she said what? Let me try her for my wedding, or let me try her for my 21st birthday, or whatever. So it's just how you want to do it. And again, we also have our profiles as well in PayPass and or maybe on our PDF somewhere. That's also okay. You can actually even do it like that. So it's just up to you as a person whether you do it social media way or you do it however way. As long as you know that at the end of the day you will work, you will do your work, you will do whatever that you came there for, wherever they called you. So yeah,
Short, and not to cut you short, I feel like it's ridiculous the amount of pressure the young people are in, because they we've come to a place where young people can do literally anything and everything just to get a label on their back. And it's wrong on every level because of the pressure that they are succumbing to, not knowing that the BM that Trish is standing next to, she did not pay for it.
you
She
know
was
what?
BMW. You
So
know what I
sad.
mean? And now a young person out there is under pressure to go and think. I said to my son the other time, and I said to him, listen, in about 3 years or so, you'll be finishing your high school. Please don't be under the illusion that you're going to make it immediately you finish high school. Please give yourself at least 10 years to find yourself, who you are, what you stand for, and everything, and find your identity. 10 years minimum. After that, then you can go and say, I need to make it in life. Because the young generation now, because of this whole image and branding thing and everything, as good as it
Intense. Yeah.
is now, the young people are falling for that, to think that I've not made it because so and so is it, but they don't know this person. We get to do anything and everything under the sun just so we can get followers and likes and everything. And we are destroying ourselves along the line as young people because of a certain image that we have seen. And I think really it's ridiculous what's going on out there. And at some point, we need to speak to the young people and say, listen, there's a difference between you as an individual and somebody built in their brain. Don't compare, because now when we compare ourselves, this is where we start falling in the wrong lines.
Yeah, Angel, what can you say about that? What do you think about that point?
I do think it's true. Maybe there'll have to be platforms to explain that to the young ones.
Yeah.
And
it's just the pressure. I feel like it's just the pressure of of the image and on social media, this whole image thing in fashion and the trends, what's happening around some of the kids. They feel like with the boyfriend pants that I'm talking about. I'm hearing even my cousins. I'm hearing even the other day I heard my helper saying the daughter was crying, saying she wants a boyfriend pants. So you can see that it will be the talk, the way the peer pressure is, the way they pressurize themselves or each other, and end up now feeling like I have to look like a certain person or I have to look like others because this trend. So with our kids, I think that's what is happening, because even my son, that's the battle that we always fight in the house about him wanting to look a certain way, and because he's cool. When I ask him why, and you say, no, because it's cool, mama, it's cool. So I think that one is also another thing. As much as we're talking about fashion with whatever that we're talking about now, but it also is part of it. Hence, we find our kids killing themselves, having the suicidal thoughts and all of that, because they want to look a certain way. It's image of the social media, and it's image of the friends who are actually trending, or who wants to trend, or who are wearing the trends. And now they make our kids now to also want to be, trendy and look like them and all fashionable and all stylish and cool, as they say. So I do understand. But then right now, I think, thank you so much. I don't know if Angel want to say something, maybe the last word about the whole fashion thing for next year and for this year, or what do you want to say to the people?
Oh, no, just be dress whichever way that makes you comfortable.
Yes.
There's so many people that would judge people because of the way they dress. I mean, we experience this in a lot of ministries. We experience this everywhere,
Yeah.
And someone will look at, let's say, my profile on Instagram, and the person will be like, she's like this.
I know.
Yeah. So people should just dress the way they feel comfortable. People will always talk anyway.
always talk, no matter what. Yeah.
Talk.
So you just have to be yourself. Yeah.
And making sure that we don't dig ourselves into debt while trying to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I'll leave it there for now.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Yes, Trish, what do you say with your last words?
I think for me, mostly when it comes to fashion, I so much want somebody who wears anything that they want to have a strong sense of self-identity, that they value themselves. I do this to my son most of the time because he's now 14, and this stage and everything. And I say to him, okay, go and wear that Nike that costs 3.5. Now, off. After you put it off, put on the blackies. Did you breathe differently? Did you suffocate? Did anything change in the atmosphere? It doesn't change you. It doesn't add anything to you. Your self-value and how you look at yourself and how you value yourself is what we are after, not what you put on you. Because you can put an expensive cloth on an empty head, or a wounded soul. A wounded soul will always be a wounded soul.
Oh my goodness.
Heal and move away from certain things that pressurize us to think that it makes us who we are. But our individuality and our self of identity is in the value that you place on yourself as a human being.
Yeah. You know, when you're talking about that, my son, I'm thinking about my son. My son likes to find me not to be a cool mom. I'm not a cool mom because I don't want expensive things. I'll be saying, hey, it's expensive. When it's expensive, put it away. Put it away. So now it's like I'm that mom who's uncool. So I'm also trying to teach my son because I grew up a certain way and I know that these things they're just material. They're not gonna change you. They're not gonna make you less of who you are or more of you of best of who you are. You can still be who you are, obviously, at the end of the day. So I always tell my son, so I maybe I'm uncool because when he's angry he would say you are not cool, mama. When you're not cool, it's like I'm not cool because his friends mom are cooler. So me, because I'm always complaining, saying, you are not gonna wear that, you're not gonna buy that, you're not gonna buy because it's expensive, you're not gonna. So I'm trying to teach him money as well. I'm trying to teach him life. I'm trying to teach him that you know what, this thing tomorrow you might not have it, and then what? So you need to also like consider your character. So consider yourself, like looking into finding yourself, not find yourself into material. So I'm trying to build that in him, than him thinking that if he buys a Gucci or if he buys whatever label, LV, whatever, it means that now he's cool or that's who he is because there's money in his home or whatever. So they must, especially the teenagers, must understand that you need to find yourself first, and also understand that you will buy those things when time is right. When you are now older and having your own money to buy them, you can buy them anyhow. No one will stop you. That's why I always tell my son, I say, you will buy them anytime when you now have your own money. Let's see when you have your own money now, and you will understand why I was saying no. Because money also, even money, you also have to think about it as something that you have to think for the future when you have it. When you have it, don't think for now. Don't think that now because you want whatever label outfit or label shoe, you now have to get it, but then tomorrow you're struggling with something else. So you have to have a balance. So now I'm talking to the young ones. They must now have that balance and know that it's not always that you have to look a certain way and feel cool on, or think that maybe when you're wearing a certain way, it means now you have money or you are living large or whatever. It's not really about that, because that's why we're having all these suicides and all the things that are happening around. So our children really needs to know that they shouldn't be having some, this thoughts of copycat or, pressurizing each other and all of that. So yeah, thank you so much, ladies, for coming on Cleveland TV today. And we did it. I believe that we probably did change someone out there, and I want to believe that, and I want to just hope that we did. And thank you so much for being here with me as we are discussing the issues of fashion, and we did it. And thank you so much. I'm going to be gone now as Bongi Gladness, and the ladies also, they're saying goodbye to you. This is Slipknot TV Diaspora, and this is Fearless Talk. And really, we did spoke, I believe, fearlessly about fashion. From me now, it's a goodbye until next time. Bye.